Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that'll be. This is actually a really cool dealership. Special order, boy. Does it even say what it is? It just says part number. Are we in the explosion hoopty? Let me see if it says what it is. No, it just says part number. Couldn't see because I was walking around. Let's see. This is the unofficial. This is the unofficial unboxing. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me get another plastic too. Oh yeah. Damn. It looked bigger. The vents look bigger.
That boy's still ignorant.
Yeah. So this is a GT500 hood vent.
What year? 2011?
2013, yeah, 13 I think. And this should help air escape better from my Miata. I might actually cut this out because look at how much, there's not a lot of venting there. If you like look at my hand, I thought there was going to be a lot more venting.
Why do they got that shit covered?
That's what I'm saying.
You could drill that shit out.
I could drill this whole thing out. What I'm thinking is maybe just take all of that out and then I could just put mesh. This was the cheapest hood vent, believe it or not. I think the ones from Flying Miata were like 200, and this one was only what'd you say, 130 something? Yeah. And it's OEM, like from a Ford dealer, so it'll last a long time. Fuck. So we're about to go put it on and cut it out and shit. Some of these were too small to fit a drill in, so I don't know if I'm gonna Dremel it out or just leave because there's only 4. I might just like leave them just like that. I don't really care that much, but as of right now, I just have the starter holes drilled so I can get the Dremel in, and it's actually looking pretty good. I have the first like 3 like done. I'm gonna clean them up still. Still have a lot of cleaning up to do. It's gonna take me forever though. So I'm pretty sure the last clip you saw was me drilling out the GT500 vent, and it took me really long to drill them all out. Well, because I just hate that. Hold on, let me see if I can focus. That kind of look. You can see those two are still blocked up, and you can see that my Dremel job like up close is shitty, but from far away it doesn't look that bad. I still plan on cleaning this up with some sandpaper and just making it look nice, just because that, I know it doesn't look like much, but even from here you can kind of see that they were cut out and it's not OEM. So I'm just a perfectionist like that. It just kind of bugs me. So I definitely plan on making that look better, but hold on. So I went to my old auto shop teacher's class just to have a place to do the hood vent install, and I just wanted to talk to him about it, see when he's free for me to use his shop. And he was asking me why I was putting the vent, and I said it still gets a little hot when it's like when I'm sitting in traffic or whatnot, so I want to wait for the heat to escape. And so we kind of spaced it out and started looking, and then he asked me, you know, why is your car overheating still? And I said, well, the fan is pulling air this way instead of pushing air that way. And he was confused by that, and I don't know why that didn't make sense to me. I guess because we took this fan in to Advanced Auto Parts and we tested it with the positive and negative, you know, I don't know, there's 2 wires here. I showed you in the wire install video. The blue was what was, I thought, positive, and then the black was negative, and then we hooked it up to a battery, and it didn't work. So then we hooked up the black one to the positive and the blue one to the negative, and it did work. Now what my auto teacher said then was he probably just didn't have a good connection on the battery, and that's why it didn't work. So I wired it up technically backwards, thinking that there's only one way to wire these. I don't know why I didn't catch myself. I was probably just overwhelmed with the swap and just forgot, because now it makes more sense. So what I did, I just swapped the wires, and now the fan pulls instead of pushes, which was my dumb mistake, but it's okay. I'm not sure if I'll still need the hood vent or not. I probably will put the hood vent in just because I bought it and I modified it, and I kind of like the way it looks anyway. So I plan on still doing the hood vent. I'm not sure if it'll be in this video, or it probably will, because I filmed the whole thing getting the hood vent video. So I definitely will, but I just wanted to tell you guys about the mess up that I had. But I still plan on doing a lot of cooling upgrades to this car, only because this radiator is just ugly as shit and I do not like it. So my basic plan is just to get some intakes for the turn signals, get a little airflow, eventually build an air box, and eventually build some ducting for the radiator. And then when I get the coil rad, I'm gonna space these, because if anybody that has a MIATA knows, there's only 2 bolts at the front and little kind of like things that the bottom pegs sit in. And I'll delete this fan, move this a little bit forward, and then put slim fans in between under here and attach them that way. And hopefully that will work a lot better and look a lot better for that. And then along with the hood vent, I'm sure I'll get plenty of cooling when I go to the track. So I'm going to clean up this mess, and hopefully in the next clip you'll see us starting on the hood vent. A lot later than the last couple videos, when I picked up the vent and a bunch of other stuff. I've been doing a lot of research to see if the vent would hit on the stock Mazda BP valve cover, because I was searching for people who had the vent and installed it, and most of them had LS2s or LS3s or LS6s, and obviously those motors are different. I don't know if they sit higher or lower, depends on the swap, I don't really know. I thought this kind of sat kind of high, this valve cover sat pretty high, so there's that, and the fact that the vent does sit kind of indented. I wasn't 100% sure if it was going to hit. I didn't think it was, but I wanted to make sure. I finally found a guy from, I think, like Australia. I don't know where he is. I'll probably link his Instagram. He had one with a turbo BP just like I did, and he had the vent, and he told me it didn't have any clearance issues at all. So right now I am measuring everything. So I measured the entire hood and then the middle. Doing this was a pain in the ass, because I had to measure down here, measured here, and I measured there to make sure I got this line straight and all that stuff. So and he is mowing the lawn. Great. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but I'm gonna finish masking this off, and I'm gonna start measuring this to make sure I have it placed in the middle, and make sure I have it placed right this way, make sure it's not crooked or anything. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and stay tuned for when we start to cut this thing. The rest of the taping done and lining it up. I also taped up the vent itself. I think I showed that in the last little clip. I don't remember because it's the next day. It was really nice out yesterday, so I went and took the kayak out. So I got everything I need, pretty much. I have cutting disc. I have the blade, or the death wheel. I got various grades of sandpaper once, so I can clean up the edges. The only thing that I did forget, and I was literally just at Ace, was clear coat. So that way I can, once I grind everything and sand everything, I can spray the clear on it. But I guess that's no big deal. I also got this nut, and washer. So when I install it, we'll be able to secure it down. I'm waiting on Jason to come back because I need a drill, and my dad took his to the boat because he's building a deck. So the first thing we're gonna do is drill that hole, put that little piece here in to that hole, and that way it'll give us a good place to line everything up, and we're gonna start from there. Also, I'm gonna try and keep as much structure under the hood as I can. I got this blanket here so no shavings fall anywhere into the engine bay, which is good. So, and I'm also gonna pull it out because I'm in the sun right now. I'm gonna move the Taurus, and because I'm at my grandma's house right now doing this, and well, because at my house there's too much clutter because I would have to move the Infinity, and it's hot in the garage anyway. So I'm gonna move the Taurus, put it here. I'm gonna work out there. As soon as Jason comes back, we can start drilling this hole, and we can start cutting this up, and I'll have a hood vent. Oh yeah, main reason I needed crazy glue or some kind of silicone epoxy. This apparently dries clear. I don't know, the person at the at Ace told me that. So basically, there's a lip in here, and right here it's 2 centimeters deep, and out here it's 1 centimeter deep. But since there's a really big curve to it, you guys can't really see it, but it goes from 2 centimeters down to 1. So I don't really want to make that big of a curve, because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna leave, because I plan on putting the end of it here. So I'm gonna leave about a 1 centimeter lip, so I can put that little thing and have it set, and it'll be right there. So as soon as Jason comes back, we're gonna get started on it. This is like single-handedly the most cringy thing I've ever done. This shit sucks. This shit really sucks, and I'm kind of mad, but I know it's gonna come out good. Went to go get the drill to drill the hole for the nut on the back of it. Went and got everything I need. So I have clear coat, I have crazy glue for the lip, and then I have the sandpaper and everything. But just wanted to update you. I've been going at the angle with the angle grinder for literally a minute or 5 minutes maybe. And thank God I made the hole smaller, or made the tape smaller than it needs to be, because I fucked up. But that's okay, because that needs to get cut out anyway. And this just looks like straight garbage, but it's okay. It's just like super cringy, that's all. It really looks like garbage, and I'm not looking forward to this, but I will have to cut out a lot of the support, but it's whatever. I'm already doing it. It's too late to go back now, so I'll give you an update when I cut more. Yeah, I really hate this, but like I said, it's gonna look good. Kind of fucked myself in a way, because I did want to lower the vent, or put the vent as low as possible, to make a way, or stay away from the hood bump, because the hood bump will make the vent look like shit. But in the process, I kind of cut it close to the headlights, so it is pretty wobbly. I don't know if I'll have any problems at high speed. I don't really go over 80 miles an hour in this car anyway. Maybe if I'm on a track, it'll have some problems, but I'm gonna reinforce it. I'm gonna put some hood pins. I'm gonna have my welding guy kind of tack everything up under there, and hopefully it'll reinforce it a bit. Maybe put a little bit of some kind of metal under there, do something with it. But as of right now, what I have to do is I still have to cut out the backs of this, or the hood support. As you can see, it's over there. I got to cut out the rest of it, and then I have to make a bow, kind of like, because this is the highest point, or this is the furthest, I guess, towards the passenger point. So what I need to do now is come out and then kind of make it a little, like, dip down a little bit. I wanted it to sit here, but hold on, let me just show you. So the hole is right, this hole is right here, so it's gonna stick there, and as you can see from here, it kind of comes down. It doesn't stay straight. So like this, if I cut straight on, it would just cut this whole thing off, but it bows. So that's what I need to make, which it is going to be difficult, but I'm fine with that. I can do it. Let me see if I can. It's hard filming with one person, or with just me, I mean. But as you can see, kind of still, there is a little bit left, so that's why I have to make that bow, so that way it can come all the way down. So I'm gonna give you more of an update when I cut the rest out. Heinous piece of garbage. It's in. It doesn't fit perfect. I definitely see why people have riveted them all the way around. I guess that's my plan because it doesn't curve obviously as much as the GT500 hood, so you can see right there. I might put something on here. No, because then the top will come up, or the front will come up. I did nick my hood a couple times, but as you can see, the hood needed to be painted and corrected anyway. I definitely want to get another OEM hood, but I want to see if I can get one without the hump, because as you can see, there's a gap right there. It's bolted down right here, so it's not going to really go anywhere, but that gap is really fucking heinous and I hate it. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't like the riveted look on these, but I guess I'm going to have to rivet it because I hate the gap more than I hate the rivets. I'm going to go get some pop rivets, but I'm going to leave it like this in this video because this video has been going on for like a few weeks because I've just been putting it off because I knew I was going to hate doing it. Here's all the metal I took out. Sorry, I'm like, oh, it's hot. It's so hot. But fuck it. I kind of rushed it a little bit and I'm not happy. I'm going to go, what the hell? I'm going to go, that's all the tape, right now and wash off all this, all the metal. I'm so unhappy about the gap. I knew I should have bought rivets, but I wanted to see if I could do it without rivets, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'll probably give an update on Instagram or something like that. I definitely won't make a whole video about riveting the hood vent, but it does look good on the car, even though you can see the gap still. Oops, right there. But oh well, it'll work. It'll work for now, and it'll keep the temps lower. It'll, you know, vent all that air out where it needs to go. So it'll do its job for now, but I definitely do want to get it riveted down. So see you in the next one. Don't really know what I'm doing next, but stay tuned.